Oh, okay.
I, I haven't seen any of your feeds lately, so I was concerned and thought I'd give you a call.
Oh, is this Wendell?
Yes.
Hey, Wendell, how you doing?
Fine. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay. I'm okay. What about yourself?
Oh, I can't complain.
Okay, yes, I was. I actually, I think I was on. I was on last night.
Oh, I must have been missing you because I haven't seen anything and I've been looking
What?
for days.
You?
Yeah, and I was like, I hope that she's okay. I started to send you a text message,
Uh-huh.
and then I said, well, let me just give her a quick call because I know you're probably busy, and I just wanted to check on you, make certain that you're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. I hope you could come on because I was actually going live now.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I better get over there.
Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put the link in the description so that you'll be able to I mean no, because you can't come on Streamline, right? StreamYard.
Right,
Oh
right.
man, you got to get StreamYard because I would love for you to come on stage. You got to get StreamYard. You have to. You got to get it, even if it's just for me. And
Yeah, well,
then
you know what? I deliberately have limited exposure, and that's for a reason. I'm pretty private.
no, 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 you don't have to show your face. All you got to do, like the same way you are now, you just on the
Yeah.
stage and you can hear the voice. I mean, we could still be
Okay.
private. You don't have to come on stage if
Okay.
it's uncomfortable. I just know you always
Okay.
bring such a good insight. But I guess I'm gonna have to get used to reading the messages. Then I guess I will.
I don't know. Maybe I'll have a change of tenure. Who knows?
And you ought to listen, you ought to when you see all the changes that I'm about to do. I mean, if you go back and if you go and look, I dropped a couple of the videos today with the new channels. So you know we got to start going to people's houses and looking at these channels because I started the new channel thing today. So I
Oh,
got
congratulations, man!
yeah,
You've
so
been doing a wonderful job.
you know what? Thank you so much. It's been a lot of hard work, but you know what? Compared to what I went through last year, it's like I'm able to sit down now and say, "Whew, I'm gonna take over YouTube for real." And I know they're
Yeah,
joking.
yeah, yeah. Like I've texted you before,
Uh-huh.
hard times require hard
When
rhymes,
I
right?
tell man, when I tell you just don't let me tell you, you just don't know how hard the times have been. It's been so hard until even me being the blueprint. I think I've changed my blueprint 13 times until I said today I took a deep breath and I said, thank you, blueprint. You still not permanent because it requires
Yeah,
change sometimes.
exactly,
And you better know it.
exactly.
Yep,
Yes, but you're not a monolith,
that's right.
okay? So having said that,
Wow.
you have the capability of changing whatever it is you deem that needs to change.
Are you
That's what a
kidding?
queen does.
Oh my goodness, you just
That's
made
what a
me
queen does.
thank you.
When you call yourself queen,
You got to
Gigi,
mean it.
you're putting your and everyone else knows that you are a queen
Yeah.
because of how you carry yourself. You're already at a different frequency. You
My
have to believe
goodness.
that, and you're deeply entrenched in the faith too. You
Yeah.
can do whatever you want to do, young lady.
Now you better tell me again when I tell you they don't believe me, Wanda. When I tell you I'm gonna take
You're
over
not supposed
YouTube.
to. A queen, like I said before, a queen doesn't have to explain
Right.
everything because don't forget you have your trolls. They
Come
just
on.
want to badger you
Yes.
just because. So
Yes.
you have to be able to identify those people, and
Yep.
that way you don't waste time,
That's right.
energy, or resources.
That's right. And you know what? It was meant for you to call me, Wendell, because I really needed to hear that. I mean, I've been so busy on the inside and like trying to get
Hmm.
everything to go on. And you wouldn't believe how hard it's been being a one woman show. And I have been a one woman show for a long time. And I finally came to my channel and I seen what I had, what where I could open the door, especially with my men. And I looked at my men and I looked at the panel and I know who's there, what they mean. I mean, people can say, oh, I'm like the guy said, oh, you don't know nothing about the men. And I wanted to tell him I don't. Well, name one of them that sit on the panel and ask me a question that we haven't discussed on this platform in this lounge. You know why? Because I can tell you about them. I could tell you about Wendell. I could tell you about Insatiable. I could tell you about Jug. I could tell you about Gotten. I could tell you about Steven. I could tell you about Samuel. I could tell you about Donnie. And here's the point. No, when you're a regular channel and you're only looking for subscribers and comments and views, then you won't know about your men. But that doesn't apply to me, because it doesn't apply to me, because what's important to me is to know every comment that sits there, that I get to interact, so I could say, well, you know what, I did speak with Jug that day, because when Jug came in, I make sure I speak. So I did speak, and that's what my channel is about, me interacting with the men, because it's a whole different territory, whether people believe it or not. If you think you can chit chat with a woman, drop your guards and go chit chat with a man and see if you have to turn feminine, or can you just be yourself? See, I don't have to turn feminine. I could be myself.
No, exactly. I mean, you're already
boom
feminine.
right there.
People don't understand, like I've texted before, that feminine and masculine energy are equal.
Exactly. You just have to think. You got to know it.
Know how to use that.
Come on.
Once you know it, then you already know your place.
Come on, you would.
I would know my place.
See there. See why you.
We're the perfect complement.
Thank you.
That's why God made us in
Come
the
on.
manner in which He did.
Come on. And
as there were patriarchal societies in Africa, there were matriarchal societies as well.
That's right. And people would not believe that. And I'm going to tell you what scared people so bad, especially men. And it scares women too, because women don't honestly know what the definition of it means. It scares a man because of the masculine side, and it scares a woman because of the controlling side. When you use the word submissive, people think when you say a man is submissive, they just feel like, oh, when you use the word submissive, it's feminine. And then when you say that to a woman, oh, I'm not going to be submissive if he... And because they don't really understand what the definition of the word submissive is. When you love your mate, you're going to become submissive, whether you put the word there or you take it out.
You're absolutely right.
And they don't get that.
Forget. Yeah, well, they're not supposed to. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
The word submissive has been introduced
right there
to our realm, as of late.
Exactly.
We didn't ever have to use that.
That's right.
We knew where we were at.
Come on.
And we led each other by example.
Come on.
So submissive was thrown in the pot, just like the man has thrown so many other things to cause disruption.
Right there.
And if you can't see through that, then you're on a lower frequency.
That's right.
But us that know.
That's right.
I mean, how can we expect for him to have our best interest at heart when he's never had it at heart? And that's not to say all of them are part of the same club.
Yep.
Because had it not been for some of them, we would still be in chains.
Come on.
But there is a group that would like for us to be in chains.
That's right. That's right.
So submissiveness, all of that, and language is just thrown in the pot to cause disruption, because just like when it came down to feminism, a lot of back in the day, because I lived through that.
Come on.
Back in the day, they did not know what that really meant.
That's right.
A lot of our sisters were not educated, and the ones that were didn't have time for that foolishness.
Right there.
You see?
And
I didn't have time for any of that. But the ones that didn't know what that really meant, because back in the day, in the 60s, I'm talking about, it was all about economics.
Exactly.
Because white women were tired of going to college and all of this and having the same jobs or similar jobs as the men had, and they weren't getting adequately compensated.
Right there.
So that's what really brought out the feminist movement in the 60s.
That's right.
It has been around for a lot longer than that. Okay, but see, that translated to the black ignorant woman
right there
as hating men.
Okay.
You see, they didn't really know what it was all about. And then to throw into the pot, out comes public aid.
Okay.
So right there, they crippled the nuclear black family. For those women that divorce their husbands and sign up to a program. Yep. So how can you expect for people that have never had your best interest at heart to even think to do the right thing? They're not going to do that.
They surely aren't.
We're the first people. So they're just a derivative of us.
Exactly.
So we act inferior.
Yep.
But if you don't know where you come from and who you are,
you don't know where you're going.
Act inferior. No,
You don't know where you're going at.
No idea.
You don't know where you're going at, and people don't understand that. And, you know, just to piggyback off of what you're saying, especially in the beginning of your conversation, when we talked about, you know, when you meet in certain women and even some certain men, and they don't got time for the foolishness. They just, you just don't have time. And when I look back at it, now that you kind of bring a clearer picture to me by saying that, it leads me down the road to say I made the right decision in 2022 when I asked the Lord, and I didn't know why I asked him. I said, I'm asking you to remove everybody from my past. And I almost made a mistake, because when I meant everybody, I wouldn't have wanted my kids to go. So you got to be careful with the slip of the tongue as well. But I tried to correct it, and guess what he did? He moved everybody out my way, but he also bringing everybody back. So it might not have been the slip of the tongue. And when you don't have time for things, you don't have time for foolishness, you will find yourself in a position seeming as if you cannot get along with anybody. And that's not what it is. Sometimes when the Lord break you up, he'll break you up, he'll crumble you down, and then he'll spit you back out. And then he say, wait a minute, if you need me to help you pick up the pieces and put it back together, I'm going to look for you to ask me, not try to figure it out like you did before. So what he had to do, he had to lay me down. He had to break me down. He had to crumble me to pieces. I got to put on something I didn't do. And I'm going to say it on every damn video. I didn't do it. But one thing about it, I didn't do one thing. But what about the thing I did do, which was the most important? I wasn't listening. And when you don't listen, he going to lay you down on your back. And when he lay you down on your back, you cannot do anything but look up at him. And that's the only time you're going to get mercy. And some people don't understand that. You don't get it. When people don't have time, you don't have time.
Exactly. And that's another thing to piggyback on what you just said. If you are doing what you're supposed to be doing,
that's right.
You don't have time for foolishness.
You don't have right there. Right
you're too focused on the mission.
You too focused.
You don't even see, but it's almost like you have peripheral vision, but you got blinders on for foolishness at the same time.
Come on. And you know what?
So you can see.
That's right.
You can see and not see at the same time.
And people don't believe that, because you know why they wouldn't believe that? Because half of the eyes at the surface and the other half in the sea. But then when they're in the sea and the surface, they don't know how to weigh from side to side. So they get stuck on one side of it. It's almost like I try to tell you about these YouTube streets, social media, whatever you want to call it. Listen, you got one side to it, then you got the other side to it. But what if you're a person that's balanced? What if you want, and people may not believe it. What if you're a person that's balanced? And I say that to say, and I keep going back to this blueprint. I keep going back because one thing about it, you could tell anybody your blueprint. The problem with it is, if you, the brand, and you, the blueprint, they're going to be a lost cause trying to keep up with you. See, for me, boom, exactly. So I'm trying to explain to people, it's always one side or another side. And I'm telling you, I'm going to take over YouTube. Why am I going to take over YouTube? You must ask me. Why must I take over YouTube? Because I'm the queen and I can hold mine. Okay. Period.
I mean, and that's another thing. You don't have to even repeat the obvious.
That's right.
You don't have to reiterate it, because your deeds will speak for themselves.
That's right.
You're good, Queen. You're good to
Thank you. And you know what? I want you to know.
You just elevate ever since I've gotten on your page, your channel.
Wow.
You've just been blossoming and just this beautiful African flower.
Thank you. And you know what? And
so well balanced.
Thank you. And I want you to notice too. I'm gonna be honest with you. If it honestly, and I'm not being funny, and those that's been with me from the beginning. Jug was with me since I might have been in the 20s for subscribers. I know I was actually nobody. And that was just around June, like July, August, something like that. And so Jug followed me. It didn't matter where I went. Gotten followed me. It didn't matter where I went. Insatiable, Samuel, Wendell, you came in, and now you came in, and I'm like, where Wendell at? All the time I'm looking like, where's Wendell? Because I know everybody that I have that's on this panel, because they want to be there. Guess what? We have come so far until they don't even understand how they play a role in this. Why do they play a role in it? Is because, in all honesty, I wouldn't have made it without you all also, because remember, I'm a loner. I'm a loner of an introvert.
Yeah.
And because of that, I needed someone on the other side to speak to, somebody that can get me on all different levels. Why? Because I'm a put together person, especially just me together. I'm a put together, and I'm not tooting my own horn because I can. I'm tooting my own horn because I'm supposed to. And because I have different men that can bring different things to the table. When you don't want to listen to what I'm talking about, insatiable listening. When he don't want to listen, you better believe Jug listen. When Jug don't want to listen, you better believe Gotten listening. So what that does for me, it also makes me whole as well, where people don't understand. Some people that come to social media, and I'm going to say it again, and I always use Peach McIntyre as an example. Some people come to social media, honestly, because that is their family or that is their outlet, because they are not going to find it locally or at arm's reach. That's why I didn't fit in with anybody. But this panel right here, for them to know it, they play a big role in how we're headed with this channel. And I'm not being funny. And I said we.
No. I get it. And as far as you being an introvert, you needed us to show you
Thank
otherwise.
You.
Again, you're not monolithic. So
right.
you're really an ambivert. Okay?
Wow.
And it's just that you may give a higher percentage
right.
of your introversion, give that a higher number as
right.
opposed to being an extrovert.
Right.
You're an ambivert, which means that otherwise you would not be able to do what you're doing.
Right.
So it took us to come on to show you a different side of yourself that you was in denial about for whatever reason. Only you can go back into your history and say, well, I was this way because of X, Y, and Z. Only you can do that.
That's right.
But we're on your particular channel for a reason.
It's
we're all connected
right
for
there.
A reason.
Yep.
And you're the centerpiece.
Yep. And listen, and it's only just beginning. I mean, imagine you have people wonder, like Insatiable. Insatiable always tell me about him in pain, but Insatiable always make it clear that, you know, he helped people. And he, at one point, he told me a couple months ago, he said he felt like he was here to take other people pain. And I can't wait to time show him that, no, you're not here just to take other people pain. You're here to take care of you. And each individual person have to handle their own pain. I know as chosen people, we choose to take other people's pain. But what about this? Why don't we try to do something else, like teach them how to cope with their pain so we can cope with ours? Because if you put all yourself...
Capacity.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No.
I
was going to say, we have been the first people. We have the capacity to do everything.
Correct.
Don't forget, with the motherland being the cradle of civilization and humanity, we're the first people.
Yep.
So you find the most extreme for anything in Africa.
Yep.
You find the darkest of the darkest when you're talking about maybe the
right.
Once upon a time, all of them looked as the Sudanese.
Correct.
Once upon a time.
Correct.
Okay?
Correct.
And you're talking about the lightest of the lightest, albinos, which you find a good percentage in Tanzania.
Yep.
So we come, the shortest, pygmies, the tallest, Maasai.
Yep.
So we cover everything.
Yep.
When you're talking about Africa and our history, everything.
Yep.
The stupidest and the most brilliant.
But just like that. And you know what I often say?
Everything is there.
I feel like in my heart window, and I'm not kidding, I truly feel like I would do some good visiting Africa.
I've been to Ethiopia twice.
And I wish I could have been there with you. But I do feel I will be going to a lot of these countries as well, including Italy. But I see Italy, Dubai. But Africa, I really see going to Africa would do some good, especially for me, because I really feel like in my heart, and I don't want to cry. And I know Insatiable, Jug, you all, they know it. I really, honestly, in my heart, I even said, man, I should change my damn name. I'll change my name to Queen, because at the end of the day, I'm not being funny when I say I've graduated from being a woman. I did those things. I did those things as a woman. I did. So what's the next level after a woman? What, you got to go straight to grandmama? I don't feel that way. I feel like I am 50 years old. I don't have any grandkids. And I feel like my life honestly just started.
Totally. And you need to go to Africa.
Yeah.
I've known some of my friends from Ethiopia for long periods of time. And that's how I got over there in the first place. A buddy of mine, who's Ethiopian, he went over because he had to be in attendance to a wedding. And the second time, so I went along with. And the second time, I went over there because he was getting married.
Right.
So and I've known quite a few of his relatives here, and have gone to Washington, D.C., where they have a large Ethiopian community. So I know about the culture,
right?
Okay, the food and all of that. But my point is that I used to see when some of his relatives or his friends would come from Ethiopia, and they would be so saddened.
Right.
And I'm like, why are you sad? Well, the connection, the land and the people are literally connected, because
right.
This is the honest God's truth. When I went over there and came back,
right,
I felt the same way. I felt the disconnect. I felt the reconnect when I got over there.
Right.
The disconnect when I got back.
Yep, because the treatment is I would agree with you wholeheartedly, and I feel like that's how I feel.
Yep. The energy. We are some people. Okay.
Yep.
It's the energy connection.
I told you, I feel like that. Yep. I truly feel like that.
You really feel like that when you go over. You're gonna feel that expression that I'm defining.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I feel it, honestly, because it feels like, not only does it feel like I said all of this before, I feel like I've lived through all of this before. Because I always used to say growing up, I tell everybody this. I said, man, I feel like I'm a millionaire. I just can't get to the money. I always felt like that. I felt like I can look up at the sky and I ask the Lord, because on the inside, I just felt like I've been mistreated in so many different ways. And it didn't have to become physical, on the outside scars. It was physical on the inside. And sometimes if you don't know how to handle the inside, that's where you're worse off, because the outside to heal. But if you don't heal from the inside, I don't give a damn how you define the word submissive. You'll never get there. And people, that's what I try to tell people. It don't have nothing to do with what's between your legs. It has everything to do with what comes out your heart. Because if the right thing comes out of your heart, everything that you want will attract to you the right way. And that's why so many people fail at, because they forget to go to the inside. And in order to get to the inside, you got to go so deep, it'll feel like your pelvis bone hurting you.
Totally.
People don't understand it.
You just said a mouthful, and what's more important, the inside or the out? Because don't forget, not so long ago, we came from something. We came from a standard. Okay. And guess what? We didn't have a lot of the trappings of success.
That's right.
But we treated each other with the
utmost
respect and all. And me coming from, I know about that era because I'm a 1957 baby.
Wait, whoa.
So I know firsthand about that.
You 19?
I know firsthand about that. When I'm talking about my own experiences, what I saw. Okay? I remember when Malcolm X was walking through the neighborhood. I saw that. Okay?
You want me to tell you something? You was born in 1957. My mom passed away when she was 57 years old, and I was born in 75. So I always play that number 75, 57, because I was born in 75 and my mom passed away when she was 57. So me and her age just flipped. Like she 57 and I'm 75. So that's a number that I actually play. And then for you to come on, and I always knew it was something special about you every time you come on. I just knew it. Insatiable. I don't know. I always say that about insatiable too, Jug. I always say it because I know one thing about it, two things for sure. The Lord don't make no mistakes. So I don't care who he have peeping in the bushes, because eventually they'll come out. Either they'll come out or they'll leave if they ain't supposed to be there. And everybody that wasn't supposed to be here to be a part of this growth, They not here. And guess what? All I told the Lord to do, I say, move them on if they're not supposed to be here. Because if they're not supposed to be here, they gonna interfere. And you already know we got the plan. All we got to do is just orchestrate it. Because when he say, I'm gonna get you through these woods, I'm gonna get you through these woods divinely led. And the band, okay, that's right.
All they can do is make an attempt.
That's it.
To be disruptive.
Come on, and that's it right there.
You react to that.
That's right.
They don't do anything. They have no bearing whatsoever when it comes to what you allow to enter your orbit and what you disallow. All of that is on you.
Yep.
Don't forget, you have your own blueprint.
You're right. And you know, and I had to remember that because every time I pray, the prayer always just reminded me that basically you got the power. You got the power to control a lot of things, but you just had to grow up. You had to be reborn, and people won't understand what reborn means. And I can give you a great example of reborn. Go back and watch the very first video I did. Go back and watch the second video I did. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you like this: go back and watch the 400th video I did. Matter of fact, I'll get cuter than that. Go back and watch the 700th video I did, because I damn near cried in all of them. And when you become a crybaby like that, okay, go ahead.
I'll tell you like I tell so many other people, ladies mainly.
Yes.
And that there is strength.
Come on.
Tears.
They just don't know it.
Okay, there's strength in tears.
And the warmer, and let me tell you, ladies and men too, when you have to break down like that, the warmer those tears are, the closer you is to your end goal. Because that's when you go to crying so bad. When you get it, listen, it hurts so bad on the inside. When you could taste it, you know it's there. You done did everything in your power, and right there you said, I give up. And that tear, boy, when that tear hits your face and it feel like a hot water heater, you better get ready, because the Lord said, come on. I go too far, don't I? I go too far, window. You can relate.
I can't swim, but I can swim.
That's right.
Okay, I'm swimming in your pool. Okay, I'm backstroking in your pool.
Hey, window.
You were sitting at home because back in 2000, and I'm gonna make this brief because I know you have to go and
go. No, we good. Go ahead.
I lost my baby sister. Okay. And
what year that was?
Big church. Back in 2000.
Okay.
December of 2000.
Wow. Okay.
And I had written something out that I was going to go ahead and recite. And this is a big church field. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I get up there and I fell apart. I boo-hooed like a baby while I was reading. Never had experienced anything like that.
Right.
But I got through it. But 85% of the time, I'm up there crying. And do you think I cared about what people said or saw?
I don't know why you would.
I'm never gonna hear that young lady call out my name
again.
So do you? But that goes back to what I said earlier. If you are mindful and focus on the mission, all that noise you keep out. I didn't care what people. Like I said earlier, there's strength in tears. So the last 15%, I was able to pull myself together,
right,
and complete the mission.
Correct.
That's it, and that's all.
And you know what? When I tell you, Wendell, I appreciate this conversation coming from you. You're very, very, very enlightening. And whether you believe it or not, you know, a lot of people took channels and comments and stuff for a joke. And I don't take that for a joke. Now that you understand me, you know, when I get in my comments, for me, I'm connecting with one of my men that's on the panel because they need a different type of connection. And sometimes with a man, because a man can become not clingy, but they can become interested because of looks. And it does stem from an ass, or it does stem from this or boobs and stuff, but it's a whole other connection. Come on. Exactly. But what if you connect? Yep.
Go ahead.
Just so what if you connect with the man because you're looking at his comments? See, most people don't give you that type of attention because, first of all, when people in your face, most of them these days, they don't even look at you in your eyes. You're talking to them, talking serious business to them, and they all on social media. They reading through their phones, they looking at text messages. They don't even give you that type of contact. So when you know if you're dealing with a man and they meet you on one side or a woman meet you on the other side, that's a whole nother connection. But it's a different type of connection when you meet in the chat. And that's why I honestly take my men only live very seriously. Tonight I was out. Matter of fact, if you go look at one of my shorts, I think, but the short won't drop until tomorrow. I went back to the corner store, and this time I caught some Guatemalans. I caught them stealing out the store. They were stealing, and I caught them stealing. I caught it was 8 of them went in the store, and I caught all 7 of them when they stole. The last one was the lookout guy, but I caught them. I caught them though. You better watch the video. Listen,
because you was doing some serious takeout, and you read that comment, you was just cracking up.
Listen, wait till you see the video tomorrow. I say I knew they were stealing. I say Ice was somewhere around the corner. There go the police, went to swinging around me. I say see him, and he going in the cut. He went in the same cut. They disappeared too. I say y'all, I caught all of them. Even the police was stealing. I caught him on the video. Just go back and watch the video. You'll see it tomorrow. Thieving people, they go in this one corner store and rob the corner store blind. That's why I just play numbers from the machine. Only.
You don't miss a beat either, boy. You be pulling up and you're like, look at this. And you should see your eyes when they rolling. And then don't let somebody walk up on you like, oh, here we go.
It did. When do I be sitting there saying, and you taking my camera time? Listen, Wendell, and that's what make a blueprint, and that's what make a brand. So even if I switch it up, and this is what I try to tell people too, I choose my men, and my men that come and make sure that they support, they choose me too. It's not about that I can't speak to women, because you're gonna see I can speak to women very well. The problem with it is I get more comfort speaking to my men. You know why? Because men, I'm not saying women aren't methodical. Women are very methodical. But if you can hold a conversation with my daddy, who is an Aquarius, he's 6'8", military guy, and oh Lord, I mean, he don't want to tell you but a half a time to do something. Don't let him come and tell you again. If you could deal with him and be an only girl in the house with all men, what can I do with a woman? It's like, because I got to worry about too much soft skills and soft, but I get to talk to my man and call him a knucklehead, stuff like that. Come on, you get to call him a knucklehead, banana brain, they don't get all tipsy and stuff like that. I'm like, man. Yes.
You become one of the fellows, but
exactly.
That lets you know that they are comfortable enough to let their guard
down.
Thank you. You really handled Cure the other night. You handled him.
I let them get away. See what they don't understand about me. I'm telling you, it don't matter if you leave, you coming back. When you coming back, because when you find somebody that's real, genuine, natural, and they just said what they damn it said. And listen, I ain't mad with you doing. You're not mad with me, but listen, as long as you do it with their respect, we're gonna be very, very good. The problem with it is that first go round, like this one Jackie. They go, Jackie, in my business again. Wonder, there she go. I see her watching me in them glasses. All I did was call this lady ugly on the video. And she took it personal. She took it personal. I said, girl, I didn't mean to call your ugly ass ugly. I apologize for calling you ugly. And I done apologized 18 times. But Wendell, she ain't apologized to me yet by talking about people's clothes. And you know how I feel about my threads. I don't give a damn if they $3 a shirt. I don't care if they $3 a shirt. Right. You talking about people's clothes and all of this. And now she up there stalking me. Her and what's the other one? Wendell. Where were you with this other girl who over here with this tarot card reading, with this fan me page, shaking her ass. She got the thing cocked up all between her and got the nerve to put my Lord in it. I said, girl, I told her change that page. She better change. Window. I'm gonna give her a few weeks to change that channel. If she don't change that channel, I'm a halt. Girl, you watching me right now, ain't you? See, and I got Window on the line. And one thing about Window understand me methodically. Window know how to creep through the woods. See, no matter which way I talk, Window know I'm coming. And Window gonna believe me when I say this. I'm gonna get you if you don't take that page down, because I didn't tell you to cock your little ass up and cock up the little panties and stuff between your legs and then go and then get these foreigner men. And you know these foreigner men can't hear you. They don't understand a damn thing you're saying. And then you're gonna give them some growth pills and some growth cream, like they little wee can get big. They no different than the damn Chinamen. Chinamen say they got a little wee, so you gonna grow that too? Then you gonna put my Lord in there. Oh, the Lord is blessed this. Oh, the Lord is blessed this. You know he didn't. He ain't got a damn thing to do with your fake jail, your fake ass, your fake products, and you better take that damn name down. And back to our regularly scheduled program. Hey, men time. Child, women, get off my damn channel. Y'all know I'm trying to talk to my men.
You must be afraid of money or something. You could do stand up.
What? No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. No, I just got kind of tongue twisted and twice just now because listen, I don't know who this girl is. I'm gonna have to pull her picture up. I'm gonna have to get her because she has yet to respond. That's a problem. I don't like hard-headed people. I already summoned her 2 nights in a row now. Okay, I would like to see you. Listen, girl. I can't remember. Somebody put it in the chat what that child name is. Anyway, but Jackie, I know you out there. Jackie, if y'all want to make money off of me, I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all need to do. Because when I tell you, y'all, hey, be nice on me, because I'm gonna come back and get you. Because I'm gonna take over this damn thing, and then I'm gonna make you do the right thing, making sure respecting your godmamas and all that type of stuff. Because you be disrespectful, acting like you're an only child. You're an only child, and you was that damn bad at 44 years old, no children, never being married before, and gonna tell us you submissive. Did you tell me that, Jackie? And you hear me with Wanda on the line? See, if Wanda knew I was saying something wrong, Wanda would stop me. But Wanda, no. Tell they ass queen. Exactly. Don't cut no damn rug with them because you're wrong for it. You know you was wrong for it. You said you was wrong. Did she just pop in? Oh, I thought that was her popping in just now, but that wasn't her. I was about to say, girl, call me. Because see what they want to do, they want to pop in. And yeah, listen, girls, y'all don't get the right to come in and go to text. And y'all get the right to come in. You either step on my stage respectfully and I'll boot you out if I feel like it, or you get to call this phone line. And if you call this phone line, don't go to using profanity because it's lame. And that's for the 2 girls. That's for the 2 girls. Lady with the panties in her ass. If you want to go to OnlyFans and fan pages and you want to bring in call all the foreigners, do what you got to do. I don't have nothing to do with what Trump got going on. So you can bring all the foreigners here you want. But if Trump deport their ass, don't come blaming it on me. However, I'm asking you to take the Lord off your page. You're using terror. And whether you believe it or not, there may be a lot of people don't believe in it. But what about those that do? What about those that understand there are multiple ways that the Lord will send people down for you to understand that he's in the presence, that you can see his footprints in the dark. You can see his footprints through the water, and you can see his footprints in the air. And because you're playing games like that, that's what makes this situation a little bit more territorial to me, because I don't want you to play with the Lord like that. Because, man, you just don't know what you don't know what he did for me, girl. You almost made me do the 2-step. Just then. I almost got on top of the stage just then.
Here's the thing about that.
Yes.
You never know who sent her. Okay.
Listen, they better do something.
You never know. So that's why I said earlier, you don't want to give nonsense none of your time, energy, or resources. Because it's by design that she is where she's at and doing what she's doing. That's to do what? Take you off of your mission.
Boom. You know what, too?
Angst in you.
Yeah. But you know what, too, Wendell? So let me tell you why I got on her. See, I would have let that go. But what kind of made me upset about the whole situation, because of the domino effect behind it. The domino effect behind it was this. I know you know Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels said, yeah, you know, a woman wasn't worth nothing but was between her legs and da-da-da-da-da, and that ain't worth nothing because so many people got that. Other women have it too. And the problem that I'm having with that is this. I'm not understanding if Kevin Samuels made a statement like that, and he was the godfather before he left here. I don't understand why so many men are following her with her foolishness, because he was making it like men are so strong. Yes, you got strong men out there, but listen, the same way you got simple Sally women, you got simple sad Davids too. And my point by saying it is these men are totally following this woman and she's leading them wrong. But it's the men that I'm talking about. So guess what? If I got to come and take the men from you to make them listen, girl, just change your name and I'll leave her alone. I just don't like the fact that she put the Lord in it.
She can't lead a man, because there's a difference. You have people that have just gotten old and never grew up. Okay. They have just gotten old, and if you look at their credentials, yes, what is said in terms of date of birth and all that, yes, they would appear to have been to be a man or woman or what have you. But you and I both know that, again, some people grow old and never grow up.
Right. And you know what else it told me too? It also told me that she clearly has gone through something, because I did a video on it too. You wasn't even there. The video that I did was where I took her side. I took her side to an extent, because whatever she went through, it took her under that bad. Whether she using foreigners for this reason because she's really being greedy and fraudish, or she really got tired of the men in America because she wasn't being treated right. When I looked at one of her videos alone, I didn't even know this girl, but I happened to just land on one video, and she looked like she was a totally different angel. And I'm like, where did this girl turn at? Because if you've seen that first video, nothing about that video led to her turning into this type of person and then using the Lord's name in it. It's just horrible. You got to see the video. It's horrible.
Yeah, but anybody can present an image.
That's true.
And was it that she was being misused, or was she the misuser?
And that too.
It's not. That's why you have to be careful with these conversations, and you have to be objective, more objective than subjective, because especially by you being a woman, your biological may side with her anyway. That's how you design.
That's right.
So it takes a little extra for you to divorce yourself away from that pattern of thinking and try to think like a man. But
exactly.
But watch this. God, even though God made us more theoretically analytical and all that, and made you more emotional, that doesn't mean that we're devoid as men of emotions, or mean that you as a woman, you can't analyze and rationalize things. We just have more of one thing than the other.
Wow.
We still have the capacity to do as we must.
That's right.
Because take a single father, for instance. Just like, who was it? Single father you had on there?
Single father's real dad.
Remember?
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
He's doing what? Raising a child.
Yeah.
Right?
4 of them.
Men have the capacity to do a better job in some cases than women.
Right.
But there's still an imbalance.
Yep.
Because both were meant to be there.
Yes, right.
It's like you have some women that may get it right and be able to raise a boy to a man, but there's going to be something missing. Why? Because she doesn't have the same perspective as a man might have, some men might have. And whereas the boy needs to hear this side. She's going to do what? Cuddle him and, that's my baby. And, and she may not be able to give him what a good man can give him. You follow me?
Right there. And you know what? I'm glad I'm honestly, Wanda, I'm glad that you said that. And when you said it, you honestly said it in both perspectives. And the reason why I appreciate you elaborating on that is because I think it was last night, or it might have been night before last, even though it was kind of comical to a certain degree, you had Clue 100, the one that we were talking about earlier, Clue Studio. You had him literally going toe to toe with one of the ladies, Lily, And Lily was explaining,
I remember
okay,
that
and they correct, and he was literally laughing at her. But what he didn't understand was she was meaning that from the bottom of her heart, because she haven't had a dad, to be a part of her life like that. And then she put her trust in her husband, and then her husband, molested both of their children while she's working, thinking, okay, this is their dad and I can trust. And whereas Clue 100 Studio, he thought that it was funny and it was hilarious, but he made her upset because he kept saying, no, a woman can't raise it this, a woman can't raise it that. But then it took me back though, Wendell, because I could remember back in the days, it was more so the women in the homes that were raising the children. The men were more in and out because they did all the working and homonging. Wait, did I catch you just then?
No, let me enlighten your ignorance.
Okay, tell me I'm ignorant now. Go ahead.
What you're saying, part of what ignorance is only a lack of
go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm ignorant too in some areas.
We all are. Go ahead.
But I understand what you're saying. See, I come from that era. I come from the era whereas you had a man and a woman, a husband and a wife, and right. You had children. You had the black nuclear family. So I come from that. So I know firsthand how it went and what happened for it to unravel.
Right.
And you're right. But guess what?
What?
Guess what? You must remember this.
What?
There was no DNA testing back
Correct.
then, and a lot of those men who thought that was their child or children, it wasn't.
Right.
The women naturally had to do what? Be undercover for the longest since they've been here.
Right.
Because it was a man's world.
Right.
So that doesn't mean that they didn't do as they wanted to do in that arena.
Right.
They did, but they had to be very, very clever
when
it came to doing that.
Correct. And you was.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Some of those.
No, I was just gonna say so a lot of that foolishness just didn't happen with the guys.
Of course it didn't.
Don't forget back then, the main thing was what? Can you take care of me and my children?
Right.
And women didn't care about. They already knew that their husband was gonna be fucking around. They already knew that.
Right.
They knew that. But they did what? They kept in their faith that he would do what he promised, which was to do what? Take care of them and the children. That's why you had men that had outside children.
Right.
So the woman didn't like that, but she was so steeped in her faith until she did what? She got through it. Because of her faith.
Right.
Because a man is going to be a man, and that man was still taking care of the outside children and the ones that she had for him. He was still taking care of home.
Right. And you know what?
I used to have a saying when I was coming up, you take care of home and everything else is secondary. And that's just the way it was because it was a what? It was a man's world.
Right. Right. And you know what? I will say that I would agree with you. So I'll back up a minute.
I don't want you to.
You already know I'm about to say something more than that. You just know how I am. So I would agree with you on that. And when I look back at the picture and I took it back a little further than you, I do know that the grandmammies back then, those grandmammies definitely were at home, and a little bit of cheating went on. And then other than cheating going on with the slave owners just taking it because they wanted black women. That's why we got the power to control a lot of things, and people just don't believe it, and I'm gonna show them. So anyway, those grandmammies and stuff like that, they were very controlled by the white man. But in the same breath, they were also loyal to their mates. They just didn't have a choice. So I believe what happened, if I'm going to open up these golden gates and we're going to lead to heaven, I do believe what happened was those mammies back there got a little bit tired of these men being a little bit too promiscuous and had to let them know that, yes, we'll put you to bed. We'll wake you up and we'll also feed you. But don't get it twisted, please. That's it.
Yeah. And see, here's the thing.
And so they learned. So they learned from the best, didn't they?
Yeah, but here's the yes and no about
Thank you for admitting it, though. Thank you.
Those women were loyal to their men.
That's my point.
For the most part.
Yeah.
And they were because there was nobody coming to save them. That's why you had a lot of men beat this out of their wives.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Because there was nobody to save them. So for the most part, a lot of them kept their mouths shut and took it. That's why that goes back to what I said earlier about them being so entrenched in their faith.
Yep.
That's what got them through that.
Mm-hmm.
The very survivalship of the black the black race
mm-hmm.
is hinged on the black woman.
Right.
I don't care what
they don't know it. You better tell them. You better tell them.
On the black woman.
You better tell it, baby.
If we fail, it will be because of the black woman. If we pass, it will be because of the black woman.
Okay. They don't get it though, Wendell. And we try to tell them that. And you know what? And if I always tell this one analogy that I always say, and I'll bring that up another time because boy, we'll be done had this topic go so far, and y'all be like, "Oh my goodness, was I sitting there with a woman talking like that?" You was.
Yeah, you gotta get to a show, woman. Man, you can talk some other time.
It's okay. So listen, I was gonna say this too. One thing that I will say in defense to women, is it true? Is it true that we're the sneakiest species that walk this earth? Y'all better second and 15th and 35th that motion. But they said that they the strongest though. Yes, I will agree. Women, we all know it. We are the sneakiest. White women, of course, no. We're talking about black women. We got to teach y'all how to do it. Y'all know how us black women feel like if we don't put our hands on it and show y'all what to do, we're gonna have to go right back in behind y'all and do it the right way. So white women, please take a seat behind us, but y'all with us, but over there. So anyway, women, black first, we are the sneakiest species that walk this earth. And y'all can go ahead and admit it. Y'all can go ahead and accept it. The thing of it is to just use this excuse, ladies. I was taught by the best. And y'all say y'all the strongest. That's all excuse you got to use, lady. That's it.
And you know what? I would beg to disagree with that. And I'll say why.
Go ahead.
I would not use the word sneaky, but I would say so much as creative. Definitely. Mm-hmm. When it comes to the survivalship of the species, I would say that you rank the highest when it comes to that sort of thing because you've had to be. That's why you're able to compartmentalize a whole lot better. And you think about it, that goes with your biology.
Correct.
You're the ones that are raising the children.
Yep.
Okay, so you have to be able to do what? A juggler's act. God made you differently.
Yep.
Okay? He made you differently because you're more purposeful and rightfully so.
Right.
Than we are. Okay?
Right.
It's just, but we're the perfect complement because even with all of that, you're born into chaos because of your biological makeup, being emotional creatures, doing what you feel like doing, not necessarily doing what needs to be done.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
And whereas
we can say, well, go ahead.
No, whereas we can say, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, whereas we can say, no, baby, you don't want to do it that way. You want to do it this way, and
right.
This is why. Because you're acting, you feel a certain way. You feel as though this is the way that you want to do it, but you're not thinking all the time, is this the right way? Because society is part blame to that, not just with your biological makeup.
Correct.
The society has allowed you to be this way and not challenge you. Men have made it comfortable, and rightfully so, for women. Yes?
Yes, I would agree. I would agree to that. But can I tell you why? The reason why? Because what they keep doing is this right here. Y'all got to stop forgetting. It don't matter what they say, women. If you learn who you are from the inside, they ain't gonna forget that. The problem with it is y'all have letting y'all heart get attached the wrong way, and y'all have letting y'all hearts basically just crumble. And in so many ways, especially us black women, we have literally given up, but we still looking strong on the outside. But you got to understand this. If you don't get your inside to catch up with your outside and your outside to catch up with your inside, you're going to be off balance. And something going to have to fold eventually. You got to find yourself. You got to find the balance. I'm always use myself as the example because I don't have nothing to hide. You may have been able to look at the outside and seeing this and seeing that. But guess what? I just got the inside caught up and I just turned 50 because I thought I knew it all. You better know it. But I'm going to tell you, boy, if you get the Lord in your life and you just tell him, you just say, just let him know that you need him. Just let him know that there's nothing else you could do. And you got to take that deep breath. And when you take that deep breath, you might take your hands and your feet and cross them like you got panties on for real. And guess what? You got the pee-pee. Bad. That means you have gotten to a place where you cannot take it anymore. Ladies, we got to do better. We have to do better. We have to do better because we especially Black women. Go ahead.
Totally. You said a mouthful. If they can reconnect that brain
right
to
there,
that heart, and it's a such thing as being right. All you have to, again, with that word submissive, you can just drop that and let's use a word like righteous.
Yep.
Okay, how about that?
Yep.
Doing the right thing.
Yep.
Okay, if you can do the right thing and we can do the right thing together, have a collaboration, we're going to be okay like we used to.
Yep.
Those old school values have not gone any place. It's just that we have not readapted them.
Yep.
That's all. They're right there waiting.
Yep.
They're waiting right there.
One day, you know what? I don't think it's going to happen while I'm here. It might not happen while you here either, Wendell, but guess what? Before we get through with this channel, they're going to all know just what we're about. And they're going to say, man, them people over there at that channel right there, they sure make some damn sense. I just ain't got enough sense to listen to them.
Some people will not even tune in. They want to, but because you have balance and you're not bashing men.
Right.
You're not bashing men. If you were bashing men, boy, you'd have so many women that's coming in and all it is. But by the same token, you would have some men that would come in for all the wrong reasons.
Exactly.
And challenge you.
Yep. And that sounds interesting right there, Wendell. We might have to move over to the Queen's Lounge with this one. You know I got the Queen's Lounge. That's gonna be yes. You know I got the quiz. It's called the Queen's Me Lounge. It's called the other one is called the Queen's Me Lounge. I just ain't do nothing with them yet. I just had a Queen's Me Lounge sitting over there. I say, Lord, how I'm gonna bring these women over here and what I'm gonna talk to them about? Because they all gonna be crying and Lord, I want you to cry, get it out. But I want you to know after the tears, ladies, you got to show some strength somewhere. Because sometimes I'm being honest, what some of the ladies do with me, and they think they slick, and I call them out in the beginning, especially when it comes to cheating. I call them out about that. I've told a couple women, I say, don't deal with them once they get to a certain level of cheating. You got to actually let it go. And the reason why you got to let it go is because at some point in that process, you will become the other woman. And that's what I try to tell them, especially when I'm not being funny. If I name at least 8 of them, they become the other women on the other side. And that's because they so broken in the inside, to especially Black women. They come with this old stupid, I don't get where they come from. Oh, a piece of man is better than no man. I mean, who said that? I mean, the way the men be on here talking, a piece of woman ain't for them. So why should a piece of man? You get what I'm saying, Wendell? I know Wendell say I be going too far.
No, you don't. No, you don't. But understand the biological makeup and the pool that they have got to select from.
Right.
And not just that, don't forget about the hyenas that are fighting at their back.
Yes.
See? So it's a lot entailed with that. And in some cases, that piece of man might be all that she needs.
That she think, Wendell.
Might be all that she needs.
Wendell. Man, you got to go back.
Just like with a man, we have the tendency of taking on things that or someone that we're not fully into, but she checks the important boxes. If she can check most of those important boxes, she's in, because our needs and wants are very minimal. That's why I can't understand
why it can't work.
That's about it, not having a man.
Yeah. Okay? Why it don't work? Why it don't work?
Men men are simple creatures.
Just like that. They really are.
They don't want no more from a woman that our grandparents wanted from our granddad wanted from his wife. No more.
And you know I could relate to you on that, and I tell them this all the time. I'm telling you, I could relate. The reason why I could relate is because I come from a tough dad. I come from a military dad. I come from a good-looking dad. I come from a dad that's well-groomed, because look at me. I come from a dad that's well-versed, can get along with anybody. And I just came from that dad. So imagine a mixture of everybody like you because you're good-looking, but then I'm your daughter, and I feel like you be too strict. So I'm looking at my dad, and then I'm looking at all these women like, okay, why are y'all trying to bother my daddy? I mean, like, for real, all he do is fuss. So I'm looking. So guess what? I had the pleasures of having the right world. Why? Because every woman want a tall man, right? I didn't live with them. Every one of them want a good-looking man, right? Okay, I live with 4 of them. Every woman want this side of man. Yep. And I live with all them different personalities. So for a man, I understood, because I have 4 brothers. So I understood the different personalities of all my brothers, plus the different personalities of the hardest one, my daddy. And then the next hardest one, that's now the hardest one. Right now, my daddy like 73 years old, and he's an Aquarius, January 27th. Yes.
And what military branch?
Navy.
Okay.
Navy. Yep. And his wife just retired from the military in Norfolk, Virginia. Either Norfolk or Suffolk. I think it's Norfolk, because my dad was there as well. But he retired. Yeah, he retired some years ago. What'd you say?
They have a naval setup there.
And she retired. So now they're back where my daddy always wanted to be. So the point is, I had the best of all those worlds. So if somebody say, oh, she just around those men because so and so, no, I'm around these men because I'm around these damn men. Why? I'm just used to being around the men. It's an easier conversation. Whereas the most women think that the conversation is hard for them. Why? Because it is hard for people to hold a conversation with you without talking relationship. And what I found though, Wendell, being on the other side of it, and I'm not being funny, I found that a lot of men have a hard time talking to me without talking about a relationship. And I can just imagine. And my brother always tell me, because he's really good looking as well. And he always tell me, sometimes he just want to have a plain conversation. And I tell him, I'm like, damn, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, why does everything have to be a relationship? But then when I think about it on the other side, men be on the other side saying that women always want to talk about a relationship. Whereas on my side, I'm like, damn, why we got to talk about it? What's with the relationship thing? And I'm like, okay, maybe I did come from Saturn, for real. Capricorn. But I get frustrated about that too.
Yeah, but look, you came from a hell of a support system.
That's my point.
And then having a hell of a dad, because here's the thing about that.
Yep.
Anytime something goes down and you require a man's touch,
I got it all around the corner.
So you already have that.
Right.
So with that in mind, you don't feel pressure.
Right.
So many other women that go out and just make a decision that they shouldn't, because they're not in, maybe they didn't have a good father.
Right.
Or maybe they didn't have brothers or good brothers or any of that. So
right.
they're more prone to going out making selections for security reasons.
Right there.
Whereas you came up through all that and you're courageous already.
Yeah. And
just
I used
watching your brother.
Right. And we played basketball. I mean, my daddy, when the NBA first came out, my daddy was drafted in the NBA. He dropped out immediately because my mom got pregnant with my oldest brother. And I'm saying, but he started a little league in North Charleston. So we used to be to the basketball games every Tuesday and every Thursday. And I hated this sport. I'm like, I don't like it, but I used to like to go to the basketball court until I actually got involved in it. So everything that the women look at It's like I see different things. Why? Because I've seen all of that. Like what you looking at for looks and stuff. The guy Clues Blues said to me the other night, you remember when he was very feisty and he wanted, and I'm not going to let him hold it down. Not until I get off his ass, then I'll let it go. Until then, I ain't letting it go. It's going to either be him. Yeah, I'll get off the topic real quick. It's either going to be Blues Clues Studio, or it's going to be, what is this girl? So, did anybody drop that in the link, what this young lady's name is? Miss Panties in the Ass. Or it's going to be Jackie. One of them I'll let go if the other one do something nice. That's it.
Whatever you decide, Queen, you gonna handle.
You know.
You know what? You know what? With some things you just, they're at a level where you just engage because it's like sports.
Come on.
Okay, it's like a serious no-brainer.
This man know me so well.
You do more laughing than you do anything else. You know not to attach anything serious onto the nonsense. That's why it becomes amusing.
Right. That's why I try to tell them, please don't utilize your wrench talking about blocking people. You know what it takes for them to get me to the level, because what they don't understand in Wendell, you get this. And I'm glad that you said that, because you can understand the type of thinking that I have in my head. So when a troll come in and they do something stupid and dumb, what that mean for me, it breaks up the monotony in my head, because I could go so deep in the conversation and sometimes I won't pull you out. So that troll flew in at the right time for me to give y'all a break. And what did that troll just say? Did someone just, and then I'm gonna go back to the conversation. However, see, you get it, don't you? Wendell, you get Wendell. And Wendell, and you won't even come in and do you have to come in, Wendell, and you have to do a live with me. And then you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna come in and do the live with me, right? And then you're gonna say, oh, Queen, you know what we could do? We need to send this right here over to this little place right here, this company. Then you're gonna get all engaged. And then guess what? I'm never gonna get the mic back. I'm never gonna get the mic back. Once I give you the mic, I'm done.
No, wait a minute, Queen. I'm one of your loyal subjects.
I love that.
You're the queen.
I love that.
I know my spot, okay?
You know what? But I want you to come in, Wendell, and I want you to speak to this panel. I want you to get on the stage, speak to the panel. This is what we need to do, because it's about me, but it's about my panel too. It's about my men. Guess what? You found a safe place to come to. You found a safe place, and not just a safe place. You found a fair person that I might not agree with you, but that don't mean we should be mad at each other. I just didn't agree with your ass. You get what I'm saying? And I like this.
I look forward to the challenge.
Yes.
I'm giving my perspective, and if you can introduce a different perspective,
right? There you go.
I see what you're saying, Queen. Yeah,
there you go.
I agree with parts of that.
Yes,
and this is why I agree. You said a mouthful.
Yeah,
that's how adults are supposed to behave.
Some people can't do it though.
That's how we're supposed to behave.
They can't do that window.
People choose not to do. People choose not to do it only because they're into just like people have accumulation of a lot of things.
Right.
And they think that these things mean so much value. Well,
right.
If you deem them valuable, they're valuable to you, not necessarily.
Right.
So people have to. They have this thing. I have to win. Why? Because that's all that some people have. And sometimes you have to, again, meet people where they're at and know who your audience or know who you're talking to. That way
right.
you can make that assessment as soon as possible.
Right.
And go ahead and regulate yourself. Because you'll be surprised as to what it may take for them to just open up and be more and more real with you.
Right.
And with themselves, most importantly.
Right.
Because everybody's into imagery.
Mm-hmm.
This thing called life, it's a big stage, okay? And it's up to you to play the role that you want to play. And
right.
people sometimes end up doing what? Playing multiple roles. Because life is conditional and a condition theory.
Right
so
there.
You have to be able to change with those variations.
You know what? You're going to have to come on. And you're going to have to come on. You're going to have to give this panel at least 15 or 20 minutes of your time, even though you're going to take an extra 15 or 20. And we said 20 minutes at a time on the stage, you're probably going to take an extra 30 or 40, but we'll deal with it being that it's the first.
You remind me of one of my sisters. You just busted over.
Listen, even though I'm doing it in a nice way, we said, Wendell, it's a 15-minute segment. We're going to give you 7 minutes of it, even though the 7 minutes turn into 45, and then it's an extra 3 when you hand.
You're gonna be flashcarding my minutes as I'm talking, okay?
Listen. I told you it's 20 minutes. You're gonna take 45 minutes, and I'd be damned if you ain't gonna take 3 minutes just to give me the mic. You ain't gonna listen. Listen, and if you do, I want to make sure that you are able to break that promise. Because once you get on here and you start speaking, I'm gonna be sitting there, yes, sir, Pastor. Preach. And then all you need is somebody to give you one damn amen. And woo, you definitely ain't getting the mic back then. You might as well cancel it. The only way you're gonna get that mic back. Only way anybody gonna get the mic back, they gotta just be quiet.
You would be thoroughly surprised.
I know. No, I would be loving it.
You and I are
just alike. Just alike.
I feel as though I've known you for a lifetime.
Yes.
And I think that in some respect, you may feel the same way.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we can do this, but
again,
you're the queen.
Thank you.
Okay, you're the queen.
Yes. And I appreciate that.
Not a problem. I'm going to let you get back to doing your thing.
Okay.
And I'm going to go downstairs and look at my mailbox to see if I got that $100 check.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to let that, I'm going to end this chat. I'm going to let that slide because Wendell owed me so much money. Good night, Wendell. Maybe I'll get my $100. Good night, Wendell. The man owed me $100, and you see how he tried to throw that in there? He owed me $100 on this bet. We made a bet. He said I did not read his message properly. I said I read the whole damn message. He swore me down. I didn't. I said, Wendell, you got to go back to the chat, and you will see I read the message multiple times. He ain't never go to the chat. He just gonna tell me that I owe him 100 smackaroos. That's the only smack he gonna get. Tiger Brad, Mighty Ninja. Thank you so much, Tiger Brad. I definitely have to give you your thank you for flying in, baby. Yes, y'all came in and your girl was on the line with one of our panel men. That was Wendell. And that was a very interesting, intriguing conversation. And I definitely appreciate it. If you're just getting in, go back and rewind it. Thank you, Tiger. I definitely appreciate you for that $1 super chat. All of it count. And you better know it. Tiger said, hey, how are you, Miss Queen Didi? I'm good, Tiger. How are you doing? How's everything going? Tiger, we're going to have to do a catch-up. And this time, honestly, Tiger, in one of the comments, I want you to leave your email address for me so that we can schedule, because I need you to tell us about your channel. So make sure you go and leave me a, let me see if you're over here too. Nope, you're not over there. So what I want you to do, Tiger, if you can, comment on one of the videos. And then when you comment on that video, I want you to leave me your email address. And then I'm gonna send you like a link or something, and you can tell me like what time you want to schedule for us to talk. And then I'm talking to Wendell. I'm like, man, I'm ready to turn up. But Wendell wanted to keep talking, so I let him talk. I was doing the big mama. And then I seen all my men come in, and then I seen Insatiable over here. Let me go back and tell y'all what Insatiable said and what Insatiable don't know. So before I read it, I'm already about to go there because y'all know I be on the roll about things. Y'all know I'm always fair. And as soon as I'm saying it, I glimpse down at Insatiable. And when it comes to cheating, women cheat better. Now, you know what? See, this is what I be talking about right here. Now, Insatiable now, let me tell you about Insatiable. And say, I told y'all, I say, no, I say, y'all can say what y'all want to say. I say, Insatiable is not that quiet only unless he's not around anyone where he's comfortable. Insatiable have been scooting up out that damn shell like this. Insatiable say, don't make me come up there. Don't make me come. Wait, what's on my shirt? Oh, something right there. Land. Don't make me come. It's still on me. Now, y'all know this will bother me to death if I can't get it off. I'm not kidding. Oh, it's gone. Insatiable is going to come up out that shell before y'all know it. Insatiable gonna be on here telling y'all ass what to do, and I'm gonna be like this. What did the man say? The man said do so and so and so and so. Because Insatiable gonna come out the shell. This the second time that Insatiable done hit me in the head with a question. And Insatiable, no, I don't forget nothing. See, just the other night, Insatiable was asking the question about cheating. And I said to myself, I got to come back to that question when I feel like it. Why? Because I know Insatiable, first of all, gonna think I forgot about the question. I say, no, I say, I ain't gonna be on the road. I say, I ain't gonna be on the road these next few days. I'm not gonna be on the road because I feel like when I'm out there, I don't get to connect on my men live. So I say, I got to work on that too. I got to see how I'm gonna incorporate that in because I need to make sure I do my men only live. And I've been meaning to ask Insatiable about that one question, but then he pops up another question on me. He pops up a whole nother question. This question, he pops up and say, this is a statement. And when it comes to cheating, women cheat better. So we got women cheat better tonight. And then the other day we got, how does it feel to be in a relationship after somebody cheated, or would you leave after cheating? And hey, Insatiable, confirm that question down there in the chat, just in case I said it wrong, because I think we need to address that question. We need to address that question. And while we waiting for Insatiable to address that question, I want to add Gotten to the screen. Because I say y'all need to start knowing that I'm going to start pointing my channels out like this, like it or not. Girl, Queen Didi, what Didi said it. I got a man here. This man went live. I don't know about y'all, but that man said what he said. Let's listen in to what this man said, and then we're going to go over why he said it. I heard this one.
And come outside. Time for the people, hands down for the culture. Stop hiding and come outside. Time for the people, hands down for the culture.
And he said what he said. Now, from what I'm reading, I don't know what this is about. I mean, I don't understand it, but it must be something really, really, really going on, because this particular man, his name is Gotten Huggins 270. He says, stop hiding. He said, come outside. He's talking to New Breed Global Truth, aka New Breed Universal, ENT. And I was Green Good V Raw. I still don't know the people. I need to find out what is all this about. I do know that this young man right here, he's doing the video because, if I'm not mistaken, the guy New Breed is saying that he hate black women, and I guess he's recommending for black men not to date black women. So this young man here is basically letting them know, come out the door. You keep hiding, you keep doing videos. I mean, look like it's hey, y'all, this is a male brawl, and we're going to get down to the bottom of this. I don't know what's going on with this fella right here in New Breed, but guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if I can orchestrate this fight. There is a war going on, and he's saying, get your ass out the door, goddammit. If you want me like that, if you want to, you hiding behind shells, you saying things you want to do, you saying things this and you saying things that. This man, and I'm telling you, it seems like he's dead serious, because every time I look around now, something's coming up. He's always doing these lives, and the lives seem to be about this New Breed guy. So that is a fight that Gotten actually fights for. And when I tell y'all, Gotten, he fights for this fight every single day. Hey, Gotten, do you ever miss a day fighting with these people? Watching. Talking to you, Gotten. And while we're waiting on Gotten, Insatiable said, I think I said when it comes to cheating, should you stay together because of the kids? No, sir. I don't give a damn what they say. I am not. No. God say not at all. Hey, Jug, do me a favor, Jug. Would you go to Gotten's channel and pull up all Gotten's live? Gotten go with these people all the time. If you want to get on the panel, Gotten, you more than happy to jump on the panel, jump on the stage for a minute. But Gotten he just have this on food with them type of mentality when it comes to this New Breed guy. Gotten is not playing the radio with that, even though he trying to act like he do play the radio. No, he don't. Gotten don't. So anyway, look, see, Gotten want to talk about that. I'm telling y'all, I'll do this. I like that red background. Somebody's watching me. I don't got no privacy. Whoa, whoa. Insatiable say, Queen, if you challenge yourself, who would win, your 30-year self or the queen at 50 now? By far, without a doubt. Insatiable says again, Queen, if you were challenged, if you was to challenge yourself, who would win, your 30-year-old self or the queen at 50 now? Because 30-year-olds, they still immature. They don't even understand anything about life. They got out of 20s. They was just really old enough to get a rental car without having that high as insurance. No, thank you. So me now is like, to me now, I'm on fire. I always knew what I wanted to do in business and stuff like that. I always knew, but the help and support, it's like always was like nothing to me. And then to try to like have a friend to help you or see if they want to go in business with you, nothing. Or talking to people about business, and then you look up and they go behind your back and they open a business that y'all know y'all talked about, nothing. And I'm just like, okay. And I always felt lost. So now I see something totally different. And I'm willing to go straight for it because I feel it. And I know that the 50-year-old me now is guided a little bit differently. Plus I'm slowed down. Plus the 30-year-old me will probably be into a materialistic side of things. But the 50-year-old in me see a bigger picture even after I'm gone. Insatiable say, I forgot what question I asked that night. The question that you asked that night was, would you stay in a relationship after cheating? But I don't think the kids was in it. But either way it go with the kids, the answer to me would be no. And then on the second question, staying in a relationship if a person cheated, to be honest with you, I've told you I've never been through that before, but I know a lot of my friends and stuff that, I mean, I don't think I know one person that haven't, to be honest with you, but I know I haven't been through that. But just knowing that they went through it, I could feel it because people get hurt by that. And for me, I started realizing that if things hurt you that bad, sometimes you got to free that bird. If he meant to be here, fly back. Because the Bible do tells you a lot of things, and it tells you to death do your part, but it also tell you the Bible also tell you that he don't like a fool. And sometimes we tell one part of the Bible and not the other part. I feel like sometimes we tell parts of the Bible to make it benefit and fit our own narrative, but they don't tell that part though. So I think for me, if I had to go through it, like if I had to go through something like that, I think I would probably be strong enough to walk away, because I wouldn't want to have to go through that. And anybody that not just go through it, but stay through it, that's hurtful. And because one thing that I've learned, two people don't cheat at the same time. I mean, that's what I've learned just in my course of the years. Two people don't. So it always going to be one person hurting on the other side. And the bad part about it, that one person hurting on the other side, the minute they get strong, that narcissistic person becomes very brutal and controlling. Because those are people that dish it out but don't know how to take it. Y'all hear that song? Y'all better hear that song. And oh my goodness, Insatiable. Do you hear this song, Insatiable? And look what we're talking about. A fool for love is a fool for pain. Hey, listen, y'all think I'm joking? My brothers, now that window open up the doors. I am not kidding you. My brothers and my dad will literally be sitting there watching me. They will literally, like how I do y'all. Some people plug in and some people plug out and some people plug back in and some people unplug their ass out. But I'm telling you, oh, God said, damn, queen. Wait, new streaming level up. Oh, God trying to give us a discount. But I'm about to bring God on. But Insatiable said, I forgot what the question was. He said, good evening, bro. Bless Brownie Cakes. Oh my goodness, that man know he loved Brownie Cakes. I can't wait you meet Brownie Cakes. Insatiable say, yes, exactly. Insatiable say, that was the song back then. Insatiable, no, I won't be making that up. I be singing from the bottom of my soul, y'all. I'll be saying, ooh, if I had those vocals, I'd tear them people up. I would take all the money. I'll be there. Hit them notes so damn far, boy, you would think you plastic clouds in there. Boom. God said, ignore the comment. That was a mistake. We see that. And then Gotten also said, you need to ask New Breed. What? Wait a minute, I need to get Gotten on the stage because I think it's time for a little bit of gossip. Wendell done had us all in the woods. Wendell done took me all out of character. Wendell got me. Thank you, Wendell. Definitely appreciate Wendell flying in and landed. And you know what? My apologies. My apologies to all my parking lot pimps. If any parking lot pimps are out there, you know what? I want to tell y'all, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And welcome, welcome, welcome. Even though you didn't fly in, but you did fly. And because you flow and you kind of idle right now, would you do me one favor? Make sure you enjoy. It's not a show. This is a person's real life. Y'all take it serious. Don't act like that. This is somebody's real life. You don't get to just come on their channel and then act like they playing and joking around. No, this is serious business. It's serious business. And I mean it. Wait a minute. And it Wendell say, don't you have enough money? Your Majesty Queen. No, Wendell. I'm just getting started. It ain't come yet. I told you I'm going to get it. That's what I'm going to change these nail color. I told you I'm not changing this nail color to our ride. I mean that. I mean it. I'm not changing. I mean, these my nails and they shorter, but they going to grow out like they're supposed to. And I'm not changing the color. And the day that I change the color, y'all going to know when y'all see me do like this. Man time. What color do y'all think I should do my nails? And you say, Queen, what happened? You won't believe the Lord gave me money to pay the mortgage. That's it, Queen. I'm going to say yes. That's it. Anyways, thank you, Wendell. And no, not yet. It's coming. All I got to do is keep being me. You better know. Oh, why y'all ain't remind me that Gotten was sitting there waiting? I told y'all Gotten loved them people. Gotten want to get up here and talk about New Breed. Then watch it. Then he put in the chat. I say, Gotten, don't you talk about New Breed them every day? He say, no, not at all. It's a whole different day. You talked about him yesterday, not today. He gonna say this ain't a different day. Yes, it is because it's 11/21. That is a beautiful number. Hey, Insatiable. That's a very special number. 112. Can we welcome Gotten to the stage? Hey, Gotten. Wait, this guy.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I haven't been talking New Breed as much, but I've been talking to Rango
Okay.
so much.
Okay.
I'm going to continue of doing that until it comes to a close for now.
Okay.
Because he is like a white. He wants to be a white man. He wants to fit in white establishment, white society. And Florian Wallow owes me a freaking invite on his panel so I can clear the air.
Okay.
I'm still waiting on that. So I can explain and correct some things.
Right.
Because you gotta show them that you're not jealous of them. You gotta show them that you want to see them win. But you have to explain so they can have an understanding instead of having a misunderstanding.
Okay. Now, okay, Gotten. So wait a minute, Gotten. You saying that you basically going toe to toe with them because you don't need them to feel as if they kind of like bullying you or like, is that what you're saying?
Well, they haven't bullied me yet, but they know who I am because I've been on one of their paddles, which was New Breed. Rago, he doesn't do the open paddles, but he knows who I freaking am because I was defending brainwaves from him at that time.
Okay.
To confront him because I didn't like what he said about brainwaves.
Right.
That he's feminine and try to prove himself to fit in these caps. I didn't like what Rango was saying before New Breed, but New Breed has started saying what Rango has said.
Got
Uh-huh.
okay. You know what? 1 second. Gotten because you know what? I said I was gonna come back to this, and I just wanted to kind of showcase you tonight, and because I redid this video today for you.
Yeah, I watched it. Yes, you did. You get a good commentary
Oh,
on it.
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll be doing what you. I'll be doing what I'm supposed to do. Gotten. When
Yes,
when I get on
absolutely.
when I get on them videos, do I get off at the right time or do I need to ride them a little more?
Uh, you did it the right time, but but I'm letting you know. I did said this. You put on talk to ask New Breed's questions, right?
Yeah, did you speak? I see something. I see something that you were saying. What what's going on? What I'm trying. I'm going over there for an interview or something. Are they coming to me? What are we doing?
No, I think you should like was calling you and let you know to
Right.
go on New Breed's live and stuff, and you didn't know how to work the mic because
Okay.
he
Oh yeah. Okay. About a month ago.
yeah, a month
Yeah.
ago, which was March.
Okay.
That's still in the works
Okay.
if he does an open panel because you want to ask him some questions.
Okay. You want me to?
Like
Okay. I'll make sure I ask some questions.
yeah, we discuss it on the phone
Okay.
and on live.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you know what? When do you think that's gonna be, or you got to wait until they go on live?
I guess I have to wait until he goes live.
Okay. Can I ask you a question, Guy?
Yeah.
And I know this ain't personal. If it is, tell me. Did the people unblock you?
Well, I know New Breed did. I know Ringo did. I know Rollo did for the second time. Because people tell him to give me a chance. And that's why I'm still waiting for him to unblock me so we can do a paddle.
So
So I
you waiting on him to unblock you.
yeah, so I can clear the air.
Why you need to wait on him to unblock you? Why you can't clear the air on your own panel? Or if you want to, we'll schedule. But I told you and Martin that y'all got to get me some better ammo. Matter of fact, you and Martin need to go back to the plan board again because we playing a different game now. Because I see you're not going to leave these people alone. You and Martin, hey Martin, can you come on the stage for a second? And while Martin is making his way to the stage, I want to talk to hey A_X_Productions. I wonder if A_X is still there. Because if you are still here, I want to definitely introduce AX Productions to the panel. You know, he's a channel. I did a video on him tonight, but I'm not going to really talk about it if he's not here because I want to give him some accolades. Because matter of fact, we looked at some of his video last night. Yeah, so I definitely hope that he's here, but I think he's gone already. So, and also SBGC. Hey to SBGC. She said, hey, Miss Dee Dee. Hey to Queen. Insatiable let us know he had went down for a second. Gotten came in. Yo, MZ62Q. Night King said hi, hey, and bye. Jay said, but you are okay. So am I. And then you know, Jug, like he always say, like, share, comment, subscribe, like, share, comment, subscribe, like, share, comment, subscribe, like, share. Y'all know what I mean. Anyway, so Gotten, you and Martin. Martin must not be here. Okay, I got to go through this chat too. Wait, Martin is here.
Yeah, he's here. He's
Yes.
gonna come. He
Okay.
definitely he will come.
Okay, because I want you and him to go back to the playing field again. And I want y'all to come up with a video now. Because listen, I don't have to agree with y'all, right? Because I'm waiting on y'all to bring me a video to show me whoever the problem is right now. Because it looked like we got a new person that's a problem. Because from what I see now, New Breed is okay with you now. So whoever the problem is, I want you to bring me the video. And you, I, and Martin. I want Martin to come because I want y'all to tell me whether or not Sunday is good for a showdown. because I want to have a showdown with you and Martin over whoever these people is, and then I kind of want a showdown with Lily, and then I need a showdown with Tiger Brad Mighty Ninja. So I want to do a showdown with everybody in one WAP on Sunday. I want to bring it Sunday.
Right. I understand.
I think that'll be a good thing starting the week off, but I want to do it for Sunday.
Okay, Sunday it is.
Yeah, we'll have Jug kind of promote that we having a Sunday showdown. So don't bring me nothing that don't make sense. Got you and Martin need to get together. I guess I'll bring it up again tomorrow. You and Martin literally need to get together so y'all can bring me a good video.
Yeah, I think Martin will do that because he said he gonna download the film. This is gonna be like what was it, 3 Sundays ago?
Why didn't you remind me?
Like I did I remind you?
I don't think so. I don't recall.
Dang, cause I'm trying to like remember everything what you said and what I had said about the video.
Right.
I remember last time I said, like, I think 3 weeks ago, that Martin said he's going to download the video, and I asked Martin on the post that he had the video, that I had to like do it myself, and yeah, that's what I was telling Martin on the post, and it would download. So I'm like, let me find some videos because I did some reactions how he disrespects so-called black women.
Okay.
I did that.
Okay.
So that's over it for now. If he does it again, I'm going to do a reaction.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you find something, because you know what, it seemed like you got exhausted with trying to get the information from Martin, because you said I had to do the footage and I had to do this. So it sounds like you got a bit exhausted with Martin. So you know what you should do?
Yeah.
You do like you said you're gonna do. You get the video. You get the video together, and then you and Martin work it out from there. Instead of you waiting on him to get the video, you get the video.
Right. Absolutely. Uh-huh.
I meant to ask you. I meant to ask you a question, Gotten. I meant
Yeah.
to ask you: is there anybody else you got an issue with other than New Breed and Brain Waves and all of them? Is it anybody?
It's not brainwaves.
Okay.
Because he gave me a warning, he gives me the heads up, and I had said I was sorry, when I did the live stream on Sunday about my what I had said, I was out of lie ego, and then Alexandra had donate respect go to Huggins TBH, bless his heart. And then Fareed Rollo told Exar that I block him because he don't want anything to do with me. Because
Right.
I was about to go further with brainwaves, but something tells me I need to take a step back for the third time. Like, I don't have no issues, but he gave me a warning, and I kept my word. So brainwaves wasn't much of a problem. He wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I didn't like what Reiko has said and put us second, third, or fourth class.
Right.
And I had to explain the Wallow, if he unblocked me, to hell, to explain everything, whether he disagrees. I'm okay with him disagreeing with me.
Right.
And
Okay.
and stuff. He needs to understand what I'm coming from, instead of me saying about me being jealous of them and not seeing them wedding. I have to like clear the air,
Mm.
because I want to I'm just jealous I did a response video saying I'm not. It's just that he wants to he wants to be the white man so bad. And I
Oh,
remember Ringo.
oh, you say he
And
wanted a white man so bad?
yeah, but tells truth because the way he's acting. Because it was people that had talked about it's a guy named Ty Hanna had talked about how misleading Ringo is. Because he's no different like the highest Hebrew Israelite camp groups because they've been chipped, but they push religion. They're not supposed to do that. But they had signed or and signed the dotted line and so out and do an oath. They're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to do biblical teachings instead religion and put that down on our throats. That's what I don't like. And I also don't like because they should know this too about I know that I have a problem with Rango. It was something that I did not agree with what they said about his dreads. And I already did my research on TikTok what the dreads are all about. I did a live stream what was all about in a spiritual sense with our I think it's our electricity and it's the antennas with our strength and keep our neomelanin and our um flow going and our nature going because the locks and the braids and the dreads are connected with Mother Nature, which is a so-called black woman. And when I show the videos on TikTok and the images, I said, this is not weird. The lady that has her dreads straight up, that's not weird. But they said it's weird. And it was a woman, and she was a sister. I forgot her name.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely, and I had to like reminisce and remember who she was because she used to have long hair, but she started seeing things and started changing her style. She knows what's going on, and she's like into Rasheed Jamal and Arcade. Arcade and Rasheed Jamal has connections because Rasheed Jamal tells biblical truth, something that Ringo don't talk about.
Right.
Newbie knows about Rasheed Jamal, but he don't talk about that as much. I know he knows about Rasheed Jamal and the 5'9" either nine beings. I know he knows about that, but Ringo don't know about it too much. It's just that what he wants the audience to know,
Right.
and Ringo should know how deep his dreads are, because I didn't say, "Oh, you need to cut them locks." I already know the consequences and stuff because that's what I said on one of my live streams. We need to stop saying to cut the locks because that's no good. You listen to what the white man is saying. If you and also coons like Ricky Smiley, because he said that's to his nephew,
Wait, wait. What did you call? Wait, did you call Ricky Smiley a who?
a coon. Because he said to his nephew, and he had something to do with his so called, I mean his death. He told them if you want to get a job, you gotta cut down their locks, and he felt some type of way. And I agree with the nephew. He felt some type of way
So why did you call him a coon?
because he's down with those people, and and he also was in a fraternity.
Okay, continue.
And and it was a guy that I know. He used to do security, and we talk about that. And they also got a law because they will sue you. And I will kind of think like, is they gonna win? Because you know how they are when it towards the so-called black people because we don't have the reparation of the hate crime bill.
Cause who?
I said we so-called black people be losing these court cases to sue them for slandering and defamation and breach of contract, and
Right.
also for what they said about their locks and dreads, they had a law for that, and they will take you to court. They will definitely take you to court.
Right.
That's and the dreads and locks is about something in a spiritual sense. It's about our strengths keep going, our electricity going, and our nature going. Because the dreads and the braids and the locks are part of nature, art nature, not somebody else's nature that's outside of us.
Right.
Rango supposed to know about his dreads. He's supposed to know about Monster and his daughter's dreads. It's a deeper meaning. He don't talk about stuff like that. I know New Breed, but New Breed do. I know he knows about the meanings of the locks and the dreads and the braids. I know he knows this, but he's sitting around and talk about, well, he did talk about FBA and stuff, but he did say some stuff about so-called black women are the devil. That's why you want to ask him to see where he's at.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
That's the first thing. If he does an open paddle, the second, brainwaves, because brainwaves is easy to talk to, and you will understand him more what he been going through with New Breed. But I remember he said you need to get. She needs to give me a check. I remember I was on Raphael Marlowe's panel when I was being New Breed.
Okay.
Even though they did talk about you, and I did a response.
Oh, they talked about me?
Yeah, when I was on Wallow's paddle.
What did he say?
I think about it was something about you using me, and I don't know how she was involved with the situation with them with New Breed. I'm trying to remember, but I actually said this. Are you talking about Queen Dee? Then they said, Eric, Eric got, Goten got a lady at home. Oh, it's Ator Life, allegedly.
Oh, it wasn't me.
It was you when I was telling you some stuff.
Okay.
Because Christina had went on the comment section and explained about New Breed as a demon and Goten, star stuff, and he playing both sides,
right,
and stuff. That because I didn't because the brother didn't did anything to Goten. It wasn't they didn't did anything to me. I didn't like the fact when I did it. I didn't like the fact what Rango had said about being around with racist white people and KKK and talk good about them and put us in the back burner and talk hard on us so much. Put us like we lazy and we can't communicate and we can't work together because we don't get along. And I remember response like some of us do get along. Ain't all of us not get along. All that is not true. Right. I know what I foresee. Come on, black owned businesses, they work together. They know how to communicate. They know how to get along. Ringo forgets about that, but he don't get on them. And Baba had put him in his place. Baba, the elder, he's 77 years old. He put Ringo in his place. He knows it ain't just so-called blacks on so-called blacks doing crimes. It's also them as well. But the difference is they a lot worse. That I also said, and I never hear this conversation to us that there's other different ethnicities. These coon Caucasians get got by officers than it is for so-called black people, and it never be on the news because they don't want that too much.
Oh my goodness, guy, and you sure got a lot to say about this. And you know it is very exciting listening to you. Somebody just came on stage. Who?
Yeah,
Who was that just came on stage? Why don't you come back in?
Was it Martin?
Was that you, Martin? Oh, must have been. He gave a different name on there. He just, you know what? And I said, because I looked real quickly, and I seen someone fly in real quick. So that might have been Martin.
Right. Absolutely.
But and you know what I'm saying to myself, like, how am I using you? I didn't send you that. Don't have that. Like, how did I get in that one?
It gotta be it gotta be some misunderstanding because
I didn't talk to them.
Yeah, because I was like, I wanted you, and I wanted you to introduce to them because they make good content. Then another thing too about Miami that over Miami, I forgot what that was. I seen her in Miami because you live in Florida and he lives in Florida.
Right. Who seen who in Miami?
Korean Rollo says that he saw you in Miami.
What day this was?
It gotta be when I was shutting. Was like it had to be like 2 weeks ago when he said that.
So I probably, if I know me, I probably can date back to any day that he's talking about. And I would definitely appreciate if he pay his debts up because he didn't see me. You better believe that. And if he seen me, why was he scared to speak?
Yeah, and you commented on some of his videos. Yeah. And when
I commented on one video that I think you sent the video.
Yeah, I did.
That's why I watched the video. I'm supportive too. But other than that, I don't visit his house. I don't want to go there with my black pants on and end up with dirt on my damn clothes.
Yeah.
Is this the one with the bald head?
Yeah, he's
a troublemaker. So I went there. I didn't visit his house, but I know you sent me a video. One of them, I told you, one of them I felt was a troublemaker. I told you one of them I felt probably seemed like he a little bit hurt, but the videos you've been sending me lately look like he done came up out of that damn hurtness. And then the one video with the other guy, he like, man, y'all leave me alone. Like, damn, they always going through something. They worse than women. And then the last one, the one New Breed you sent to me, he's the one where so far I'm not on you and Martin team. I'm like, y'all got to send me something concrete because I don't see what this man did. So whichever the ones that said like what I had to do with it, maybe he should sit down and have a conversation with me. I got a lot to do with a lot of things around here. He better know it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like I said, Newbie's going to be the first one to talk to. You interested in talking to New Breed?
Tell New Breed if he want to talk to me to come and talk to me because the price of gold ain't gonna be the same tomorrow. You see where I told Clue Studio that the price of gold had went up. You see how he went to flinching?
Right, flinching, yeah.
He went to flinching. I said the price of gold, I said it was $200 to do an interview with me. But see, when I offered $100 last week, he thought that I was kidding. No, sir. Because I told him if he wanted to talk to me, but he only got limited questions to even ask me then. But anyway, so we got Brain Waves, I think that's his name. I think he got it. He has it wrong. I commented on the video that you sent to me, but nevertheless, I definitely would appreciate if he bring your ass. Come on, bring your ass. Bring your ass. I'm gonna go through all of them and go straight to the top to New Breed because New Breed probably the one that makes the most sense to me if I have to talk to him. Wonder say again, people will spread untrue messages to attempt to discredit you. The queen must be wise and clever. And you know what? I'm glad you said that, Wendell. The reason why I'm glad you said that, I should go over to this channel and show y'all exactly what that lady said to me. And I know some people don't believe in certain things, insatiable. And it's a lot of people out there that doesn't believe in certain like tarot cards and readings and stuff like that. And that's definitely understandable. But when you know that you're being divinely led and you know somebody is literally on the same path and you feel like you're being led to understand, because it's not that you don't already know this, but just like a person need a mate to talk to, somebody needs somebody to talk to. And I don't really talk to anybody but my chat and if I'm doing any kind of business. But anyway, That young lady said to me, she said, be careful. She said, be careful. She said, because people will try to pick a fight with you. And you got to keep your cool because you're almost out the door.
Right.
But you said that, Wendell, that brought me back. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it do.
Clever. Yeah. He said that you must be wise and clever because, like, and he said it on the call earlier, you know, somebody can actually be trying to pick a fight with you, you know, or somebody do things to set you up. But now I want y'all to know that now y'all know I do my videos. So the problem with it is my videos have all of a sudden poured over into my men. That is not good.
Wow, not good whatsoever.
Huh?
Not good whatsoever.
You don't think that's good? Well, what's not good about that guy?
Oh my man, I was following what you said.
God, so you just agreeing with me just because I said it?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with your conversation.
You know what? I go too much, don't I? God, you like, man, this woman right here.
Yeah, I mean, you all good. You definitely all good. I mean, you're a baddie. I mean, if you go, I can't wait. If you go to the DMV soon, it's like, wow, I can't wait.
Wait. Hey, wait, guy. We gonna have to back up, guy. You can't wait for what?
I
Because
can't wait to
I remember
see
that.
you.
I remember that conversation about Pinocchio.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
gotta slow down. I definitely gotta slow down.
wait, wait. See, guy. I don't want to have to tell everybody on the panel what we talking about. See, that's why I'm kind of iffy about this. When you talk about, yeah, you can't wait to meet. We can't wait to meet. Well, because listen, I remember about Pinocchio, and you say you had the whole Pinocchio down there. So don't be talking about, yeah, I can't wait till we meet. I can wait till we meet. I don't know what they do about that, but I'm telling you, I can wait. I can wait, guy, because you ain't about to set me up in this conversation, dude.
Okay, I won't. Let me slow down. Just like I said. Yeah. Okay. As I was like, I was like keep it up. You know, because it's like Florian Wallow should say, "Wow, Goten, she's beautiful."
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
that's what he should have said
Right.
because you got the afro.
Okay. So you
It,
think something happened because New Breed didn't say that when I just abruptly stepped on this stage? I didn't even know how the hell. Hey, guy, can I ask you how did I end up on the stage? Why don't I ever end up in people park? Why don't I ever end up in the panel? How do I end up on the stage everywhere I go? I'm
when
like,
you
how did I end up with this backdoor access?
you press the StreamYard link and it takes you the backstage and you gotta wait until someone lets you on. I did explain to you on the phone.
Oh, okay. No, what do I do if I'm not going to get on the stage? If all I'm doing is going to the chat, to the comments.
Oh, the chat in the comments while you trying to get in?
No, like if you send me the link for your live,
Yeah.
I automatically end up in the back. I don't want to be in the back. What if I'm supposed to be in the front? Am I doing something to get on the backstage? Is the question.
Hey, well, that's how StreamYard decide.
Oh, so everybody automatically go to the backstage?
Yeah, go backstage until someone lets you in. It's designed that way.
Oh, but what if you don't want to go on stage?
I guess they don't have the option to do that.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just me. I thought I was doing something wrong.
Yeah, they really don't have the option to do that.
Okay, so Jug said the back waiting till hosts bring you up. So Jug, but what if I came in and I didn't want to go to backstage? Like you can't just come in and just go straight to the comments. When you come in, you have to go straight to the backstage. It seems like that's what it's making you do. Kind of seem like you got to go to the backstage automatically. Oh, you automatically go to the backstage. So Jug said the same thing. I'm like, man, how do I end up in people backstage like this? My goodness. So I think that's how I guess that's how to be. Hey, listen, y'all are gonna be so excited about our new ventures that we about to go down. My goodness. Listen, y'all need to make sure that y'all go and watch these videos that I'm putting out. Go pay attention to those new channels I'm putting out. And one of those new channels is AX Productions, who came in tonight to speak. But I was on the phone with Wendell, so I seen him fly in and I told him hi, but I couldn't talk because Wendell was talking. But I'm definitely glad AX flew in and landed and let me know he was here. So I need to make sure that I add him on this video to let him know that we do appreciate him, but we want him to come back because I want you to look at his video. So we're going to welcome him on to this family. Again, if there's any other small channels out there and you need help like getting started, I'm talking about you really need help getting started. You can look into the description and reach out to me. Leave me an email, or you can leave me a message in the comments. Soon I have a spot for you to come and be able to talk to me and chat privately, one-on-one. We'll have another path where we'll be able to do that. So if you're here and you want to get through these streets and these woods and you need a force behind you, you're at the right place. We'll get more into that as the weeks go by, child. We don't got, listen, it ain't no pressure no more. It's no pressure no more, especially when you already know what you got to do. Once you know what you got to do, all you got to do then is just start working towards your goals. Because once you know what to do, then at that point, to me, you can start over and start setting goals again. And I say that to say this, like, if you built your blueprint and you know what you want, once you built the blueprint, because the way I was messing up at is I thought just because I knew what I wanted that it was ready to get started. But no, I'm a Capricorn. I don't like to do things if I don't see the ending result. And it was one thing that I kept, my head would not get past. It was a couple of things, but one in particular that I couldn't get my head past. And the more to the story is once you get where you need to go and you know you got your blueprint, even you got your blueprint from start to finish, because you definitely got to have that blueprint. Once you have that from start to finish, the only thing that you got to do then, because inside that blueprint is yours at that point, is your blueprint, is what you put together. So guess what? You got the right to remove and you got the right to add, as long as you stay within your blueprint. If you got to go doing it all over, then you still confused. Point is, once you get that blueprint and you know you might be making changes on the inside because you might have talked too much here, you may have did this here, you may have blumped that over there, whatever the case may be. Once that blueprint right, you're going to already know how to switch it up, because a real person with a blueprint, you better believe you got more than one option written down. Even if one is on paper and the other two in your head. At the end of the day, once you get to that place where you know you got your blueprint, guess what you could do? You could take a deep breath and start doing what you got to do. And that's a lot of times the problems with a lot of channels trying to come up. They don't have anybody to show them the inside and the outside, because people think in order to show them something, you showing them physical things on the channel. No, if you show them who they are first, you'll build them up, you'll build them back up from the inside. So instead of them leaning just on the outside, you done pick the inside up too. Because sometimes you lean down like a damn light pole. But what people don't understand, just because the pole on the outside was put back up, that don't mean it's real good and together on the inside. I don't care what people say. I'm a strong believer in you getting yourself together from the inside, everything else to pay off then. I'm a strong believer in that, and I ain't never taking that away, because I found myself on the inside, and because I found myself, I don't give a damn what your meme name is. I'm good. Don't want your drama, don't want your problems. But now I got a lot to do. But if you notice, I could do what I need to do now, and I could kind of do it at peace. Why? Because I know what I need to do. And that's all you need to do. Once you know what you're trying to do, just operate from there. Because it's not about you. I'll talk about that on the live tomorrow. Thank you, men. I definitely appreciate my men all the time. Y'all just don't know. Thank y'all so much for always listening. Thank you so much, Gotten. Because Gotten is
No problem.
God, like he don't care. God just glad to be on the stage. God said he ain't blocked over here. Right, guy.
Yeah, because Brainwaves gave me a warning because I said about listen, waves in chat. Ringo is not the black. No, Ringo is the black devil. It's not New Breed, and Ringo becoming a problem. And someone in chat forgot the person's name. Said that New Breed need to reconcile, need to repent. And I know I got put in timeout because he gave me a warning to because I did not conduct myself because I interrupted the class. What does anything have to do with it? And I was like, let me do the second round, and this time I will conduct myself.
Mm.
And that's what I did. I kept my word.
You know
And,
what? Go ahead. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
well, you didn't like interrupt me. I was like, let me go ahead and apologize to the chat what I had did, and that's when I already said about Sandra has put on the give donate the super chat for $50 and respect goes to again TBS Wrestlers Heart. Then then for me I brought go there and he need to repent. But he still, like I said, owe me a ex I can owe an explanation so things don't go thinking that they assuming a soft stuff. Because I remember when I watched, he said the reason why I blocked Golden because he think that I was shut up. He did the same. I blocked him. That that I was trying to impersonate New Breed, and I know he got on me about that before, and told me because the Most High told me to remove pictures of New Breed on my avatar on my StreamYard panel, which I did. And like he did it, he did it to me. Now he's doing it to you, trying to be like New Breed. That's not wasn't true at all. It was something that people, and I know it was his supporters that I made as Mars had went back and told him that that I was making videos about Ringo. I had to say how I really felt what he said because he never had said this. Y'all should have talked to him, had talks so he can understand. I'm not saying it again because you gonna make the so-called black race look bad and thinking that you misleading them and they gonna feel some type of way and attack you that you put another different ethnicity before us, and they gonna start like send you nasty email messages and death threats. And I know he already had it already when he disrespected the black Hebrew Israelites. It's more than the camps. It's not the black Hebrew Israelites, and so it's more than the freaking camps that's pushing that religion because they've been compromised and chipped. It's not all at all.
Right.
There's some black Hebrew Israelites that left caste and still a black Hebrew Israelite because they saw seeing their true colors.
Right.
That they have power like white supremacy. And that's not good when you put religion into the black Hebrew Israelite biblical truth. Because they really are against religion because they know the deep meaning of religion. They're not supposed to do that in these camps.
Right. That's why you take it personal because they making up stuff.
Yes, I do take it personally because I start noticing things that they was hiding, and it was for me to process it.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like I was saying to Wendell when I was saying to Wendell, like with this young lady, I can't remember this young lady name, but that same one. For her, My problem, see, most people will have a problem, especially women. Oh, she's showing all her body. She doing this, she doing that. For me, I don't give a damn. She can show all her body all she wants. She can get paid, do whatever she want to do. My problem with it is, why couldn't you just get paid without putting the spiritual part of it in there? And then making people think that the Lord is giving you this and saying this to you. And you know what I mean? Little stuff like that. I just got a little upset about that. Like just playing with the Lord like that. I don't think that's funny.
Well, they do that. They really do that.
Yeah,
I did it when I was younger, when
right,
I was a Baptist, but not anymore.
right.
I don't even go to church every Sunday.
Do you
I
think it's
re-
important to go to church?
well, no, it's not.
Okay. Are
I
you a
mean,
church person or a religious person?
I'm not neither one of those things because I already learned about church. I already learned about religions. I already know it's
So
a
what would
deep.
you call yourself?
I call myself a spiritual, biblical person, and I know they will not accept that.
Who won't?
It's certain family members that will not accept that because they're Baptists
But
and Christians and Pentecostals.
do you think that's their business?
No, it's not their
Nope.
business.
And Pentecostal Baptists, all of it running around the same line. One just got drums, one don't. But I just don't understand that. Why is it that just because you're a Republican or a Democrat, you got to be held to different standards and accountable, or you get beat up? Why is it that you got to be in a certain type of church or you'll get beat up? Why is it like that? Because the way I am, my mom owned two of those churches, and one she sold in order to buy the other one. But guess what? You couldn't get me caught in church. That's probably why I related, but I always had other questions like, man, this man just see, this is my problem.
Yeah,
Back
uh
then,
huh.
even back then, while I was listening to pastors speak and stuff like that, I would always catch them. I'm like, wait a minute, but you just said this right here. Then you didn't even finish that sentence. That's how I used to be, like pulling myself, like, man, I can't be around here because they running me crazy because I felt so closed mouth in church and stuff because you go to Bible study and stuff where you're supposed to be able to speak. I say, man, if I come in here speaking, they'll think I'm controversial. The reason why they'll think I'm controversial is because what this man's saying didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, they will do that.
Right? Honestly, it wasn't making sense. And it's the people. Because everything gonna always go back to the people. So it ain't that you don't believe in the Lord. But for me, I think what it's called for me is being saved. Because if you find the Lord in your heart, finding them in your heart, don't stop you from enjoying life. To me, when you be caught up in religion and Baptist and Pentecostal and Jewish and Catholic and all of that stuff come with restrictions.
Yeah, restrictions. You got that right.
Yeah, it's a restriction one way or the other. And I right in my life right now, I don't want restrictions. That's why I think I did all the things that I did because it must have the Lord was saying, no, you done had too many restrictions. It's time for you to just go into your 50s and get what you're supposed to get because it ain't gonna wait on you forever. And this is
Yeah,
a chance to get
it
it right,
don't.
and I'm doing it.
Yes, because we've been there and done it and been bamboozled and misled
That's
by
right.
these churches.
And now I understand. I understand now, you know, what you going after this page because I'm telling you, you ain't gonna stop. So basically, what you telling me, Gotten, is every time you hear him tell a LIE, you gonna jump on him. And that's pretty much every day.
Yeah, like every day
Uh-huh.
it's off air and on air it be sometimes because I don't be making panels
Uh-huh.
like every day like that. But I go like an hour. I can go 2 minutes. I don't have to do no 5 hours of
Right.
every day of exhausted. I just need to take my time
There
to
you go.
take breaks on and off.
There you go.
Uh huh.
And you know what? It just goes back to show me when you dedicated to something and is what you believe in, you don't have to let it go. And because of that, Gotten, you keep going, you reach for the stars. I say, Gotten, you want me to help you build that channel? Gotten basically told me, no, Queen. He said he kind of scared of them trolls and stuff. And I'm gonna tell you, trolls can't do nothing to you. You can do it to yourself.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out before it's all over with. But you know what, Gotten? You're a strong man, and I like the way I hear you, defend women. Because the same way I hear you defend women, I know you're going through something else with a woman on the other side.
Yes, that's true.
So it does make me kind of question that, but we'll talk about that another day. But I definitely appreciate you coming over here and
Yeah,
and
it's a
stepping
pleasure.
and stepping on this stage. But I do want you and Martin, if you can get with Martin, I want y'all to do this video so that we can have this good video. I want to do like a little concert for Sunday, and I got to make sure I get the dates and stuff together so that we
Yeah,
together. We got a couple of different good stories that we need to bring to the table because I know I do. And then Insatiable came up. He got a couple of videos and then a couple from Jug. So I want to kind of I want to spice it up a little bit. So you know what, Gotten? I guess you could sit on the line with me, Gotten, where we tell the chat good night. So you can help me tell the chat good night. So
yes.
everybody
Hey,
in parking lot land is me and Gotten right now. We sitting on the stand and we just I'm gonna let y'all know I appreciate you coming out, landing, joining, sitting on the panel, jumping on the stage. Pimpettes, if you're out there, I hope the men didn't get you too bad, but you should be intact. And what were you saying, Gotten?
oh, another thing I want to tell you is that on his second channel, New Universal Entertainment, he deletes some of his videos, and some of his videos can be on I forgot the name of the, I think it's Femo or BitChute.
Right. Oh yeah. So I'm saying, how do you feel about that?
He's kind of like guilty, but Brainwaves download of the fields that he deleted. I
Oh,
think Martin has it too.
oh,
Yeah,
oh,
it gotta be. Yeah, it gotta be Femo or BitChute.
right, right. Well, you know what? Whatever you and Martin decide to do, just let me know. Hey guy, and can you send me your email?
Yeah, I will do
Or not,
that.
or either the email, or if not, I'll message. Well, yeah, your email will be fine because I want to send you the time. Come up with a time. So I can make sure I'm here. I'm available.
Yeah, that's the email that's in the chat with my real
No,
name.
no, put it in one of the videos.
Oh, one of the videos
Yeah.
that I did today.
Yeah, either one. No, one of my videos. Like, just go to one of my videos and just send me a message, and I'll see it.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, if you go, just leave a message so that I don't have to worry about trying to write it down right now. Is what I'm saying. You got me? Gotten. Gotten.
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying you got me. But okay. And you know what? Jug said salute to the chat. I'm saying good night to the chat. Thank you, Jug. Thank you, Insatiable. Thank you so much, Window. Thank you, God, and definitely appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Martin, Uncle Wayne. Hey, Uncle Wayne. Uncle Wayne flew in and said, Jug, I like that hair. Thank you so much. And then he said, facts. Thank you so much. Definitely appreciate you. Martin came in. He spoke. What else we got? Said Insatiable. We just definitely want to thank everybody again. Let me get over here in this chat. Tiger Brad, thank you again, Tiger Brad, for the $1 super chat. Definitely appreciate you for that. AX Production, thank you so much. Next time, don't leave so soon because I like to speak to everybody. Night King said hello. We already went through you. And Jace Mason said hello. So with that being said in the chat, I definitely want to tell everybody, see you tomorrow, one way or the other. Listen, y'all need to start checking out those videos. I dropped some videos called The New Channel. And I'm gonna make sure these channels raise up. You better know it, and I'm gonna need y'all support to go with me. Y'all better believe that. Here's your girl Queen Dee. Hey God, you want to tell the chat anything before we end it?
I just want to tell the chat, hats up for the culture. That's all I'm gonna say.
What? Tell them again.
I just want to tell the chat for the culture. Hashtag for the culture.
Hashtag for the okay.
Hashtag for the culture.
Oh, hashtag for the culture.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And hashtag to I win exclamation point soon. And y'all better know it. Y'all better start putting down on all our videos. I win exclamation point soon. Good night. Good night. Good night.